All right. Good morning. So I'm doing all right. If anybody's wondering, um, tooth's feeling better. I'm off the pain meds for the most part, just taking Tylenol every now and then. But didn't get nothing done this morning. I ended up sleeping in a little bit. It's actually 7 o'clock. I stayed in bed till like 5 o'clock this morning, which is like really late for me. uh, Anyways, I had another question. Uh, as far as the factory goes right now, I didn't get out to paint it yesterday. It was just way too foggy, way too much humidity in the air for the paint really to benefit. um, so we didn't get anything painted yesterday, so I got no progress done on the factory yesterday at all, except for what I did in the morning. I'm just going to answer some more questions today. And I've been getting a lot of questions about where I get my stuff. And if somebody has like a specific question, like, hey, where do you get your doors? I'll usually answer, where I get my doors. Some people, hey, where do you get all your stuff? And it's like, well, I have videos where I explain it all. And I do. I do explain where I get my materials and products. And I've done it across a bunch of videos. But I know it's really hard, especially the way that I have the titles kind of haphazardly, especially in the early days of the channel, where it's probably kind of difficult for people to find specific videos that have the information that they're looking for. So today I'm doing a video just on stuff, just on products and things that I use on a daily basis around the layout, around the studio, and things I use on the diorama. Now, when I first started doing this back, over 10 years ago, the diorama world really wasn't much. It's really grown, especially in the last couple of years. But working in 1/64 scale, or S scale, as they call it in model train, is difficult. The model railroaders have a joke about S scale, and S stands for scratch built, which means you got to build everything, building from scratch. And I've had to do a lot of that. That's why I become a pretty good scratch builder, because there are very, 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 very few companies. They're starting to get some more now. Back when I first started, you still had Pine Canyon around, you still had DSL around, but I was just starting to discover them guys, and I was going to do like a big order, saving my money, going to order a bunch of the buildings, and then they went out of business on me, and then I couldn't find them, so I've been having to buy them off wherever I can find them, sometimes at train shows, sometimes off eBay. And then, of course, you guys know that I make copies with silicone and cast them in resin so I can make some more, because they don't make these kits. Now, like I said, there's a couple companies that are coming up, and I think I'm going to just kind of discuss the building kits first, and then we'll move on from there. So let's go take a look at an actual building kit that's available right now. And this is actually the very first building that I built, was out of a kit, and it's from Twin Whistle. And Twin Whistle's a great company out of the Carolinas. Um, they've been around for a while. They do a lot of firehouses, but they also have a pretty decent offering in S scale. And one of the things that they offer is the gas station, this 2-bay gas station. Now, when I first got this, it was one of the first kits that they sold of the series. Uh, this was one of the very first ones. And but what it did is it's an easy kit to put together. It really is. It's basically 4 walls with a bunch of details. If you follow the instructions, you will go no wrong. Very easy kit. It's very similar to how I build. In fact, it's kind of how I learned how to scratch build, is by building these Twin Whistle kits and learning the skills to build them. Because this one right here, the mobile, this comes in different gas brands, by the way. Um, this one's a very easy kit. It's got 4 walls. I've had to add some styrene to it, like the base and stuff like that, and add some details. But coming as it is, it's a pretty good kit. And it's pretty simple. So I highly recommend it. I highly recommend Twin Whistle. This is another Twin Whistle kit here, and this one's been modified. Now this is the A&W Root Beer kit. It's a cool kit. It's harder to do. If you have never built with styrene before, now I know he's updated this and made it a little bit more modern, and I haven't, and easier to build, and I haven't seen that one. But when you buy this kit, at least if you buy one of the older ones, you're going to get a pile of plastic pieces and sheets, and you'll have to do a little bit of cutting. They're not all cut out, but the instructions, like I said, if you follow the instructions to the letter and you take your time, you'll be able to build it. I really, when I first saw this, I was like, oh my. But I already built the gas station, so I thought, well, I got the, if I just follow the instructions, and I did, and it turned out pretty well. So that's another Twin Whistle kit. These kits back here, the fire station, the factory here, those are old Pine Canyon kits. Like I said, they don't make those anymore. And then, I've talked about, and I have videos out where I've taken HO scale kits like this Walther's donut shop and modified them by lifting up the walls and adding S-scale doors in. So that's another route to go is, take a look at, and just go back and watch the building with HO scale buildings. Because I have explained it multiple times there, and I'm not going to really go into heavy detail about it in this video. But the video exists. If you got questions on how to convert, and you watched the video and you still got questions, always feel free to hit me up. Hey, this video today is another video done because subscribers and viewers had questions. So you guys got questions. If I got the answers, I'm going to give you the answers because that's kind of what I'm here for. These buildings here are HydroCal. They're also made by two different companies. I can't remember the names of the companies, but both companies are out of business. Not a lot of money in S-scale. The kits tend to be more expensive in S-scale than HO scale. A lot more expensive usually. You can usually get an HO scale downtown building kit for $30. That same style of building in S scale will cost you probably $100 plus if you can find one. So that's why I've been doing the copying. That's why I've been coming up with different ways of building and different, like this building here. This is originally an HO scale structure that I converted to an S scale structure with the windows and doors because the wall heights were correct. And that's what you got to look at when you're looking at the HO stuff, is how you can modify it. So buildings that are more modern commercial, that don't have a lot of detail, that you can, something like this, where you could add a little bit of height to the walls from the bottom, or even from the top if you care to, depending on what looks more practical for you. Okay, so now we're going to go on to another building. Enough on that. I'm going to try to keep this going because I already see it's up to 9 minutes. It's going to be a long video, but this is a video that if you want this information, watch the video. I'm going to give you as much information as I possibly can, and probably in more detail than you really need. I've talked before about Rick's kits, Pike stuff. This is actually an HO scale building. Pike. Rick's Kits, they're a little company, I think, out of southern Indiana, Evansville, I think. I'm not sure. Anyways, they make HO scale, and I think they make N scale. But they do a lot of these, your generic. Oops, sorry, block the camera. I'm holding the iPad again as usual here, but they make a lot of your just metal buildings. This is just a couple different examples of ones that I have. They're not really that badly priced, usually $30, 40 bucks. I think something like this is probably around 40, 45 bucks or something like that. But you get a lot. And if you think about it, take something like this, and this is actually the kit that I made part of that factory out of. Part of that factory is half this kit. So you take an S-scale couple doors on here, you have an S-scale building. And you have it relatively cheap. So I would strongly recommend checking out Pike Stuff, checking out Rick's products. And there's the, see if I can get the, I'm trying to find the light here. Bear with me. So you get that. There we go. ricksproducts.com. Okay, www.rixproducts.com. That's where you want to go to get these. Now, Rick's also makes windows, or not windows. They make well, they actually do. I think make some windows, but they make doors, and they make these garage doors. Now, these here are in HO scale. They're 12 foot tall by 12 foot wide. In S scale, 1/64 scale, they're 9 by 9. So 9 feet wide is a modern door. 9 feet tall would be good for a commercial building because a lot of commercial buildings are usually about 10 feet per story. So these work great. Now these ones here are smaller, but these actually measure out to 7 by 7 in S scale, 1/64. 7 foot by 7 foot, which is a older standard single garage door size. So you can put something like this on a single garage door, or if you built a little ranch house or something like that, wanted to use this for your garage door, you'd be right in spec. More modern single garage doors run 8 to 9 feet wide, but they're generally 7 foot tall because most houses are built with an 8 foot story. So you got 7 foot doors on an 8 foot wall. So, these Rick's doors are really nice and they're reasonably priced too. So while we're going to go into doors, when you talk about doors in S scale and windows in S scale, there's generally two main companies that anybody that's involved like with model trains would say, well, you got to go Grantline or Tichy, which are the two main brands. Grantline has quite a bit of S scale. It's where I get my doors. These doors are very common, they're a modern door. I use these ones a lot. In fact, that's my last one. I need to get some more. There's their address, Grantline Products. Just look them up on the internet. Google it, you'll find it. Also available at like model train shops. Des Plaines Hobbies is a train shop out of Chicago. They carry a lot of 1/64 scale stuff. In fact, that's probably where I bought this. I know I bought some stuff from their website, and some stuff from Des Plaines Hobbies. You can get a complete old style storefront kit. They're probably a little more expensive now, but I paid $6.50 for that one. Shed doors, different storefront doors. Now Tichy is mostly for windows, and these are HO scale. But the thing is with windows are almost universal because there are so many different sizes of windows. Now, if you look at doors are generally kind of standardized. You got your, if it's a commercial outside door, it's generally 7 foot tall by 3 foot wide. If it's for residential, it's 7 foot tall, more or less. Actually, more like 6'6" or something like that. Anyways, it's a little bit smaller, but you get the picture. But windows, they come in all different sizes. So HO scale windows are perfectly acceptable to use on S scale structures because they're just simply a smaller or a larger window. So go ahead. When you're looking for windows for your S scale, if you're building 164 scale buildings, hit up your local train store. You know, you got one in town, or go online. A lot of these small train shops do sell online because that's kind of how they're surviving now, and you'll find doors. Another thing you can do to find doors and windows is go to model train shows where they're selling all the stuff that you need for your model train, and you could buy a bag of windows. Sometimes I paid $4, and I've actually used a bunch of these windows. I've used these windows on the bus station. $4 for a bag of windows. Come on, you could do a whole building for that. Here's another miscellaneous bag I paid $5 for. It's got some weird doors, different windows. Some of that stuff I'll probably never use, but hey, for $5. Here's another bag of just miscellaneous windows. I got this at the train store for another $5. It had 40 windows in it, I guess. But those are all usable things that you can get reasonably priced. Why pay more than you have to, right? This is my door and window stash. I don't really have a whole lot left. I need to buy more. Now, these guys here, these are really common. I use these. These are I think they're 14 by 14 as far as S scale goes. And these are made by Rail Scale Models. There's their website. And these are like a real thin well, not really basswood. They're more like almost like a masonite. I can't think of what that stuff is called. But they come with the glass. But I usually use a sturdier, a thicker piece of glass because the way I use to open up my doors, I use the H columns to guide the doors. So I use a thicker piece of clear behind these so that they're a little more rigid so I can open and close them. But you get those at Rail Scale Models. They have different ones too, but these are the most modern ones that they have. So that covers the doors and windows. We've covered buildings, we've covered doors and windows. I've talked to before about the basic construction stuff, Evergreen. Here's the website. evergreenscalemodels.com. And they do ship, but the shipping's, I don't know if I'm covering the mic. I'm sorry if I was covering the mic. I hope not, because I'd hate to ruin this video. Anyways, it is getting long, isn't it? But there's a lot of information here besides me rambling. So anyways, let's get back to this. Evergreen, excellent stuff. Company also owns not Pike stuff. Plastic. What is that company called? There's another plastic company. And it's called Plastic. Dang it! I lost my mind for a moment. Excuse me. I might have to step out and get my mind. It might be wandering around in the backyard. But anyways, there's another company. They're generally more expensive. They're owned by Evergreen. So go with Evergreen stuff. You can't go wrong. If you order from the company, a big order is better because the shipping is expensive. And this stuff really isn't cheap, but you can get this stuff at Hobby Lobby. In fact, this one, $4 at Hobby Lobby. They do have like the basic sheets. You can get like the 40s. You get I think up to 80 thick, which is what I use for basically bases and some walls. So you can get your basic sheets, you can get your basic shapes there at Hobby Lobby. Otherwise, your local train store will have it, or go online and check them out. Another product I use a lot of to hold my figures up is sticky wax or museum wax. And I have two different brands here. Now the Lamax, I've had this tin for I don't know how many years, and I still have some left. I need to get some more of the Lamax because the Lamax is better than the Bards, or Bards, or whatever. Better than Bards. Bards is a little thicker, and it's a little harder to use, where the Sticky Max is softer, and you can put it on a little thinner, and I like it better. Just and you can get that. You can order it online. Check it out. Max is the brand name. Sticky Max, and then there's Bards, which works just fine. If you can't find Lamax, get the Bards. It'll do you fine. And again, I do not get any kind of compensation from any of these companies. Okay, so I'm not shilling for any companies. This is all products that I use on a daily basis on my layout. I wish they would sponsor me, tell you the truth. But I'm not going to tell you guys to buy something that's a bunch of bullshit. Okay? So I'm just letting you guys know I'm not getting paid. Not getting paid a dime for it from these companies. So let's go take a look at some molds. Here's a bunch of molds that I had made. And I get all my molding and materials, my molding silicone, my casting plastic. I get it all from Alumilite out of Michigan. I've had pretty good luck for the most part, sometimes not so good luck, but overall the product is excellent and I highly recommend it. Moving on to lights. Let's talk about lighting. I think this is going to be the last thing that we talk about today because we're already at 20 minutes. And I know a lot of people have asked this question about where you get your lighting. And I get my lighting from eBay, actually. They do have their own website up now also. But I get it from these guys out of China called We Honest. And there's their email. There's his card there. There's the website, WeHonest.net. You can also buy it on eBay. They do have two different stores, one China and one American. They do have an American warehouse, I think, now that they ship out of. But yeah, it's a weird name, We Honest, but the name is correct. They are honest. I had a shipment where some things got missed. I let them guys know, and they immediately shipped stuff out. And you can get a lot of different lights now. A lot of stuff they sell, they classify it as HO, but as we know, it can be used for S. Light fixtures change in size, and a lot of these lights are a little oversized, so they work fine. There's some different wall lights here. I also get my traffic signals. The traffic lights that you guys enjoy, those also come from We Honest. I pretty much get, here's some spotlights. I pretty much get, I would say probably 90% of my lighting from We Honest. Now you can see these got the resistors that come with, and a lot of them do include the resistors. Check the listing to make sure, because if you are using these on a, like I use the famous Miller Engineering 4.5 volt system, which will blow a 3 volt LED like a flash bulb sometimes, and sometimes they just smoke out. Here's some 4-post lights that I'll use for parking lots. I think I actually have used these in truck stop parking lot. This whole cabinet here's got all kinds of lighting in it. Let's move on over here. We'll take a look at some of the other stuff. You guys probably, everybody recognizes these. These are pretty much universal now. But I first found them. We Honest had them. And you're going to get a good price. I don't know what these are now. It's been, I don't know, probably about almost a year since I bought any. I just haven't had the money. And I made when I had the settlement money from the damage from the insurance on the layout, I bought a bunch of different lighting. So here's some different parking lot lights. I just bought just different lighting here. Some different street lights. These are a little taller, actually. I ended up getting these by accident, but they're taller. I wish I might get some more of these. So that covers the lighting. And if you guys have any questions about anything specific, please feel free to give me a shout, and I will teach you whatever information you need. And I think that's going to about cover it for today. Just because this video is getting long, I could probably go into more detail about more details and bring out some more things, spend more time on this. But I think everybody should have the basic ideas to where to get stuff. And like I said, if you can't find something, drop me a line, send me a message, and I will be sure to address it, either directly, or if I feel the need, I'll shoot another video. And before I go, I'd definitely like to thank you guys again for really stepping up and helping me out during this time of illness and pain. And you know, I asked you viewers to start watching, more videos, and you guys responded, and my algorithm shot up pretty good, and for a few days, and I was definitely pleased. I definitely appreciate it, and I think that's about all I got. I know I missed some things, so I know I missed out talking about Evans Designs lighting, which covers some of the other lighting that I use that I can't get from WeHonest. Evans Designs makes a lot. I'm just going to cover them quick while I'm rambling, just so I got it covered. Let's walk back over here and I'll show you one of their packages. This is their welding kit. They do a lot of kits like this: fire, welding, different flickering lights. This is from Evans Designs. That's what the kits look like. There's their website. They have different LED sizes so you can put them in different things. And I like the lights in the parking lot of the car lot, the OK Used Cars. Those are Evans Design lights. And I've used the welding lights in several different things to get TVs to flicker, just to get some flickering light. I have a bunch of the fire kits. Good products, good people. I didn't cover the neon either, which, if you guys are really interested, I'll do a separate video on the neon, because I have a lot to say about one particular company that I used to buy from, but I don't buy from anymore for some reasons, and people should probably know that. So anyways, please like, subscribe, and do all that stuff. Share, watch the videos, and we'll hopefully be back tomorrow with something new. And like I said, if you get any questions, just shoot me a line. You guys know that by now that I'm pretty good about answering. So we'll see you next time.